Today in the East Town kitchen, I have some smoked crab and shrimp seafood balls. These seafood balls turned out amazing. I used my Ninja Woodfire Grill to bake them and add some smoke to the seafood balls, and they were so good. Now, I'm going to walk you through this recipe, but before we get started, make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel for more recipes from East Town. So enough talking, let's go. Now I'm going to start with the shrimp for this recipe, but listen, all the ingredients and measurements will be in the description for you to follow. I have clean and deveined shrimp. These are jumbo shrimp. These are 21 to 25 count shrimp, but I'll have that in the description for you to follow. Now I'm just going to give the shrimp a quick chop. I like to see big chunks of shrimp inside of my crab and shrimp balls. Now you can dice them up however you like, but I like to have mine a nice large size. Now remember to wash your hands after dealing with the raw shrimp. Now it's time to prepare the mixture for the crab and shrimp balls. I'm using Duke's real mayonnaise. It's smooth and creamy. You can use whatever mayonnaise you like, but I love Duke's for any of my seafood dishes. Well, any dish that requires mayonnaise. Now I have Dijon mustard with my mayo. Now, here's a trick. If you want to do half and half, you can do half and half. I did half Dijon and half yellow mustard. Of course, seafood requires Old Bay seasoning. I don't care what they say, Old Bay seasoning works best with seafood. I'm adding that Worcestershire, that good old W sauce. Now I have a half of a lemon, well, a whole lemon. I'm going to cut it in half and I'm going to squeeze half of a lemon into my mixture. We need some acidity inside of our crab and shrimp ball mixture, just like that. Now, hot sauce is optional. I gave it a little too much, but guess what? It still worked out perfect. And of course, some dry parsley. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix all my ingredients together just like this. I'm doing this before I add the egg to do what? I'm going to give it a nice taste test. This is when you want to taste your mixture to see if you need to add anything else before you add the raw egg into the mixture. I don't recommend taste testing with the raw egg inside the mixture. So I'm gonna crack one large egg, that's all you're gonna need, and then we're gonna mix everything together just like that. And folks, we're almost finished with our crab and shrimp ball mixture. Then we're gonna add the crab meat, the shrimp, and we're gonna get to the smoker. Now folks, for a binder, I'm adding a half a cup of buttery crackers. Now you can use whatever crackers you like. Here's a tip. You can actually grab some garlic crackers and add that. But I'm sticking with butter crackers for this recipe. Now it's time to add the shrimp to this crab and shrimp mixture. Now look at those big chunks of shrimp. We're going to add it just like that. Bam. Now I'm going to mix everything up and just combine all of the ingredients before I add the lump crab meat. I don't want to mess up the lump, so I'm just going to take my time with it. I'm just going to gently stir and make sure we have everything well combined with the shrimp for right now. Now I'm adding my lump crab meat to the mixture. Now if you have access to fresh crab meat, grab it. I'm on the West Coast, so I don't have access to that good old Maryland lump crab meat, but it still turned out amazing. Now I'm adding my butter to the mixture. I recommend doing this in the very beginning. I forgot actually, so I said, wait a minute, let me add the butter. So yes, so I added my butter to my mixture, but everything still worked out perfectly. But don't worry, you know I got y'all with the ingredients and measurements and steps in the description. Now it is time to make our crab and seafood balls. Now when it comes to the size, I'm going to leave that up to you. If you want smaller crab and shrimp balls, or if you want larger crab and shrimp balls, it's totally up to you. I'm just here to guide you and show you my passion and my recipe, of course. Now I'm making this, I would say, is about a 4 to 6 ounce size seafood ball, crab and shrimp ball. Go ahead, roll them into balls, make sure it's nice and tight. Now you do not want the balls to be too loose, because once it's finished baking and smoking, you want to be able to grab it without the balls falling apart. That's very important. Now folks, put these seafood balls in the fridge or the freezer for no more than 30 minutes before we add this to the smoker / grill, okay? 30 minutes is all you need, okay? Now, of course, clean as you go. That's the best way when you're cooking. Now, I'm outside. I have my wood pellets. This is the brand that I'm using. It's not sponsored, but I'm adding the wood pellets to my Ninja Woodfire Grill. I'm going to set it on the bake function for about 12 minutes with the smoke function as well, so that way we get that nice smoke flavor on these crab and shrimp balls. As you can see, it's nice and smoking. I added my crab and shrimp balls to my basket. Now you can add it to the basket or actually add it directly on the grate, but I added it to the basket just to be safe. And listen, halfway through I said, let me go ahead and check them. And look at the color on those crab and shrimp balls. They turned out amazing. After 12 minutes, I let them rest for a few minutes, and look at those crab and shrimp balls. Smoked crab and shrimp balls. Let's take a look inside. Ooh, look at that. Moist, juicy. You see the shrimp, the crab meat is not overcooked. A nice hint of smoke flavor to these. I'm telling you, this was really, really good. I really enjoyed making this recipe. And guess what? It was actually my first time making this on camera, and it worked out perfect. Now folks, this is the best part. This is where we give everything a taste test. I'm adding a lemon squeeze on top of my smoked crab and shrimp balls, just like that. But if you're looking for a nice dipping sauce, click the link in the upper corner. I'll walk you through how to do that. That's inside of my fried crab and shrimp balls. Now, go check that video out too. But listen, back to this. This is amazing, 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up in the comments if you really like this recipe. I'll see you guys next time.